Hiya folks, how you doing today? Welcome back to Final Fantasy X and the stream that is live with me, Simon, your host as usual, although you can't see me. And why can't you see me? I have no idea, but let's see if we can fix that. That's not good. That's not what we want. That's kind of what we want. Let's get some lighting going on in this joint. And Final Fantasy VI background. Let's see if we can change that. Oh, why am I pushed over to the side? Yeah, that's better. I need to be a little bit more central, or I think I'd have an OCD attack. Right, let's just very briefly sort the stream out. Yes, a professional streamer would have all this done before going live. But then, I've never made any claims to being a professional streamer. That's more like it. And the last time we played this was last Wednesday. I have not loaded the game up since. So where were we? We were in Sin, weren't we? We were doing monster captures. Oh, I did have a list somewhere of everything we needed to capture, but that's fine. Okay, well, let's see what's going down in chat. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's right, we're in Sin. We defeated the boss, didn't we? And now we're moving on into the next area. I remember now, it's all coming back to me. Yeah, hi Red Mario. And Pagrant. And hello, the Kaji. Rog, how you doing, and Harley? And Cooper as well, good day to you. Alright then guys, well, let's just check out our situation here with Partiness. And I'm going to bring Riku back in. So we are actually almost done, in all honesty, when it comes to monster captures. This is our final area. And not only that, but... where are we? There we go. We can then start progressing through the sphere grid and unlocking monsters and stuff at the monster arena. So I feel like we have made some good progress, even though we have been doing this now for 3 or 4 months, I think. I don't mean the playthrough, I mean just capturing fiends. I'm sure it was March that we started. And yeah, I can't remember what we need or don't need. I think we've captured these exo-rays, haven't we? Yep. Which means we can pretty much escape. We can flee. So let's do exactly that. I won't go so easy on you next time. Hi Liam. Yeah, back to Final Fantasy X. So the schedule, as it is at the moment anyway, is that on Mondays and Fridays I play Final Fantasy VI. And then on Wednesdays, a latter date, we play Final Fantasy X. And I'm pretty sure we do need these. Yeah, these spirits, are they called spirits? No, wraiths, are quite rare. But I believe the rare enemies are far more common in this neck of the woods where we currently are. I do remember doing that, Red. I did it on stream at least. I might have done a video, I can't remember. Sorry, mate. But I do remember doing that on stream, at least. Hello, Lindsay. Yeah, doing good, thanks. How are you? Yeah, it's always awesome when new folks pop into chat. And I need to be careful because Riku doesn't have capture. And I can never remember how many HPs these raids have, but that'll do it. Oh, yes. Yeah, I do remember that, Rog. But no, I don't remember, as you don't, the actual numbers required. Yeah, oh, you have to forgive me, guys, as well. I've done my back in. I don't know what it is. But if I'm making, like, ooh, ah sounds today. I forgot to do haste, what a moron. Then that's what that'll be, because I was doing some work on my bike. And I lifted it up off the ground. And my back just went. You know how that happens sometimes? And it was a couple of days ago. But it's just really hurting still. Even if I just move funny, it really puts it in pain. So I've been having ibuprofen in that, which has helped. But if I catch it wrong and end up getting stuck, you guys are probably going to know about that. I apologise in advance. Yeah, pretty much. So we are doing the monster captures now. We've done all the areas on stream as well. So this is the final area, Sin. And we've got most of the enemies here from the Amiga ruins. So once we've finished here, we can head over back to the monster arena and start stat farming. We've actually also got all the celestial weapons as well. Every party member has their celestial weapon. And for those that are new today as well, I'll mention this, which I do pretty much every stream. But just as a friendly reminder, do I need to capture these? I cannot remember. Let's give it a go. The reason I'm not using turbo mode is because the PS4 version doesn't have it. So anybody that wants to say you should be using turbo mode for this farming, I would love to. But it's not available. We need Walker to do armor break on this thing. Well, we ain't doing much damage. Ooh, I'll tell you what, Riku is starting to do a little bit more damage now as well, because she was one of the weaker melee fighters. But now that we've just been going through the sphere grid, and I haven't been doing much on the sphere grid, apart from, you know, the levels that we've gained naturally from doing monster captures. And we don't actually need to do those. They've already been captured to the limit, which is good to note. Hello, Welsh Rabbit. 1:35 AM. Thursday morning. Crazy. Crazy you are. Yeah, it's only 2:30 PM in the afternoon here in the UK, so a perfectly normal time for me to be streaming. Hello, Motionless. I believe that's your name. You're playing Octopath at the moment. Awesome. Yeah, I do love a bit of Octopath. I've never done any videos for that on the channel, but it is a great game. One that I enjoyed. I played it on Switch, I think it was.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
I haven't yet, Owen. I have not yet fought the Dark Aeons, but I will be doing that at some point, just not today. Along with Penance as well, of course. I don't want to go too much further. I don't even know why I'm going so far back here. It's only the enemies that we're after. Such as this behemoth monster. Oh yeah, my endgame party, Wesley, usually consists of having Riku in it. I mean, depending on which enemies we're going after, of course, but the general party setup that I use is the one that you see now. But Riku just has some catching up to do, as her strength is generally quite low, I find, until later on. But yeah, once she powers up, she is a powerhouse for sure. Yeah, no, Jeff, don't feel too bad. That is super annoying. How do I normally kill these? Because I'm pretty sure I don't attack them. Do I normally use the black hole technique? I must do. I'll try that on the next one we find. Yeah, we'll just stay around here. Get all these rare foes. The Demonoliths, we've done those.
Live and let live.
Are you playing Final Fantasy X on PS2? Are you, Epic Plays? I'm not a big Kimari fan, if I'm honest with you, in terms of his combat prowess. He's one of those slow characters. I mean, yes, you can speed them up, of course, once you've gone through the sphere grid, but in general, he's not somebody that tends to make it into my endgame party. I do use Yuna quite a bit for her summons. Even like in endgame, the summons have their uses because they basically absorb attacks, don't they, at the very least? Attacks that could otherwise give you a game over. But yeah, and obviously I use Waka because of his attack reels more than anything else.
Live and let live.
Yeah, I don't know where that 150 number came from, Rog. But yeah, you did, didn't you? You said it was about 205 and 230 for the guarantee critical. That's a lot of luck, though, isn't it? It's a real pain to get to that amount. I think... What am I doing Flea for? I need to capture this thing. Most people would say from what I understand, that 150 is sufficient, but I suppose that's based on maxing out your other stats as well. Like agility, for example. Oh no, I did not expect that thing to die. That is super annoying. Yeah, I need to keep Riku with her celestial weapon rather than her capture weapon, so we can do the black hole trick when need be. We are done with these, thank goodness. There is one of those in the arena, isn't there? Marlborough. It's not the Great Marlborough, is it? It's Marlborough. It's not Marlborough King, is it? Or something? I don't know. Oh, I don't think we've captured whatever these things are. So we've still got 10 of these to go, have we? I wonder if we can do the black hole trick. Because they look like something that would have quite a bit of HP. Yes, they are. 89,000. Nice. And we need 10 of them. Let me just jot that down. We've got one. One. Yeah, I've actually got a PS2 still myself. I don't use it. It's been in storage for years and years. But yeah, I do actually have one. I might have to get it out at some point just for the nostalgia factor more than anything else. Oh, okay, Lindsay, just saw your message there. Is that the original Final Fantasy VII, or is it one of the variants of Final Fantasy VII that you're following along to? Oh, not the remake. Okay. Yeah, the original FF7. Still my favourite game of all time, so... Oh, I think we're done with them.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We caught those in the previous dungeon. Yeah, that guy with the big fat arms that we just captured, that seems to be the rare thing that we are going to be struggling with around here, because that's the first I've seen. Oh yeah, you thinking of getting the Final Fantasy VII remake then, Red? If you're a streamer, you might be able to get it for free. I noticed it was an option. I didn't get it myself because I wasn't going to play it. But if you go to Rain... Let me just check, give you the right website. Just bear with me. Dum-dum-dum-dum. I want to make sure I get this right. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, on rainmakergg.gg they had it. You could apply for it if you was a streamer and get a code, but it said it was available until the 8th of July. I didn't actually apply for it because, you know, like I say, I'm not live streaming FF7. But it's gone off now for some strange, peculiar reason. So, sorry, Red. That won't help you. Ah, here we go. Another one of these things. I do love the Final Fantasy enemy design. I really do. Oh, Riku, you failed. She hasn't got her... She hasn't got her overdrive built up. Which means we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh no, it is on Steam, Red. It is on Steam. I was just looking at a website that streamers can use to apply for codes. You can get the codes then without having to buy the game. And then you just put it into Steam to get the game. But it's been taken off that website. Ooh, we're starting to take a bit of damage. Yeah, I really hope we can have Riku's overdrive built up for the next of these. And we need to stop using her now. There we go. Oh, you've got break HP limit, have you, Epic? I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm not saying that I do things right and other people do things wrong. I guess it's just different styles and stuff. But I don't use break HP limit. I just don't like how the game plays with it. It gets a little bit too convoluted. Break damage limit, obviously, you know, everybody uses that. You need it. Especially with the amount of HP that some of the end game bosses have. But break HP limit, definitely not. And the reason for that is because it interferes with how healing works. Right, we need this thing. I don't know how many we've captured, but still need a few more. Okay, I think we've done about 2 or 3. Mine is FF7, Edgar, as in like the original FF7. Although, I think, to be honest with you, a lot of that is down to nostalgia more than anything else. It was the first Final Fantasy game I played. It was the first Japanese role-playing game or role-playing game in general that I played, to tell you the truth. So, it will always be a special game to me. Hiya, Holly. Ah, no problem. How you doing? Yeah, no, Final Fantasy IX, it is popular, but it's also a bit of an acquired taste. I personally do like it, but I do notice that a few people that comment on my videos and on the live streams and that are not necessarily big fans of it. It is quite a different game to the Final Fantasies that came before it, in terms of 7 and 8, not only because it goes back to the fantasy setting, which I think is, you know, is fine with people. Just let me block the spam. Just bear with me. Spammers are out in force at the moment. They really are. Okay. But just the fact that the story is so much more narrative driven. What am I looking for? Armor break. It's so much more narrative driven. The party's constantly getting split up and things of that nature. I think people didn't really like it. Because of that reason. Those that didn't like it, I mean. Has Armor Break not worked here? Should be doing more damage than that. That's weird. Armor Break should be working in a way that it hasn't. It worked on the last one. This is really strange. I've got to say. Really strange. Oh, I think it has worked now. Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, you know, Final Fantasy IX, going back to the fantasy roots of Final Fantasy, definitely indicates that it is closer to the original Final Fantasy concept. And I don't think people had a problem with that, people that didn't like the game. I think it was the fact that the party kept getting split up and stuff. Right, hopefully we'll kill this before... don't kill it. Thank you. Before the next attack. There we go. Yeah, I could really do with having Riku's overdrive for those, because they are probably the toughest of all the enemies in this area. Might be a good idea to head back to the safe sphere as well. Let me just mark that off. We still need 7 more of those things. But yeah, out of the PlayStation trilogy... okay, no, this is fine. Yeah, out of the PlayStation trilogy of Final Fantasy games, so 7, 8, and 9, at the time, I would probably have said that 8 was the weakest. I still would, out of those 3.
Take that.
That was weird that T just didn't capture it there. Yeah, I would say that 8 was the weakest. I think Square took a lot of risks with 8, and not all of them paid off. But over the years, I have grown to like Final Fantasy VIII a lot more than I did back in the day, if I'm honest with you. Back in the day, I struggled quite a bit with FF8, and I was definitely disappointed with it after loving FF7 so much. And the original PlayStation release of Final Fantasy VIII, or the PC version, which is what I played, I never actually completed it. I got very close to the end. I think I even got to Ultima Seer's Castle, but I never actually beat the game. I don't know why exactly, but it just didn't have the same effect on me as Final Fantasy VII did. But over the years, as I've played it more, I have got more accustomed to, like, the junction system and stuff. And I do enjoy it now, I have to say. Yeah, in terms of, like, overpowering your party and stuff, Final Fantasy VIII is definitely the most fun in that regards compared to the other games, because you can just manipulate everything so much in that game with how the leveling and the draw system works. Oh, is that right, is it? The new Star Ocean trailer dropped. I've not seen it. It's only dropped today. Yeah, that's Star Ocean 6, isn't it? I can't think what it's called off the top of my head, but I never played the 5th one, which was Integrity and Faithfulness or something. I heard that it kind of sucked, so I didn't bother with it. But I did enjoy Star Ocean 4, and I did enjoy Star Ocean 3, I think was the other one I played, till the end of time. So yeah, you know, I will have to check 6 out. I'll watch the trailer after this stream. We must be close to getting done with these. Not quite yet. Oh yeah, the best bromance trophy, Gandalf. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, that one. But yeah, I got the platinum for FF7 myself, so that was by far and away the most annoying of all the trophies, I would say, for that game. Mainly because there's no way to track your progress. And if you fail, if you don't get it, then the only thing you can really do is start the game pretty much in the beginning, because you don't know where you've messed up from. Ah, yeah, that's a shame, Wesley. I never played the second story or the first Star Ocean game. Yeah, I didn't really get into it until the 3rd game in the series. Morning, Cavrum. Yeah, the thing with Final Fantasy VIII, and I think it's one of the reasons why people didn't like it all that much, is that by leveling normally in that game, if you just play through that game normally, and you just level as you would in any other Final Fantasy game,
I'll be right back.
you effectively are gimping your party. And that's the antithesis to leveling in any role-playing game. By leveling up, you're supposed to be getting more powerful, but because the enemies level up with you, that doesn't happen. And it's not just that the enemies are on a level playing field with you either. They get stronger stats than you do. So by leveling up, you are effectively, in real terms, making yourself weaker than you was by not leveling up. And that's a problem. It's clearly a problem because it's a system that Square never returned to after Final Fantasy VIII, so even they recognised it was a problem. But that's only one of the issues that 8 has. It's got other issues as well. Oh yeah, immune to that. And we won't attack with Riku now. Oh, hello, Isaiah. Yes, the grind continues. And hello, Casey. I don't think I said hello to you. And Exclusive Corner. Yeah, the stream's going all right. Just trying to finish off the monster captures here. We're in the final area now that we need them for. And then I'm looking forward to starting to get stuck into the monster arena itself. I mean, we've been capturing fiends for nigh on 4 months now of streams. I'd completely forgotten just how grindy Final Fantasy X becomes
I'll be right back.
in the end game. It really does. I'm mostly looking for those armoured creatures, as they seem to be the rarest of the captures so far, and we still need 7 of them. But yeah, this is where turbo mode would be really helpful. I do need the Behemoth King as well. What am I doing? Tidus, get out of here. We don't want you. Just go away. Riku, that's more like it.
Take that.
Okay. We must be nearly done. Maybe that was the last one for the Behemoth Kings. Well, Edgar, it depends. The actual mechanics themselves,
Live and let live.
some of them worked, I think some of them didn't. Those that didn't could have worked better if they were tuned better than they ended up being. I think that if Square ever do a Final Fantasy VIII remake, which, let's be honest, they probably are going to at some point,
I won't go so easy
then we
on you
will be
next time.
seeing a lot of those mechanics showing up in the same sense that we saw ATB showing up in the Final Fantasy VII remake. But the ATB in Final Fantasy VII remake was incredibly different to the ATB in the original game. And so I would expect, for example, in Final Fantasy VIII remake, that absolutely... we haven't got the Riku Overdrive. I don't think I've got it in Trust, have I? I'll have to check. Let me just check that. Yeah, I think if, you know, the junction system and all of that probably would show up, but it would look very, very different. And I've spoken before how I would have fixed the junction system and the draw system in the original game, so I won't bore you guys with that. But I think it could have worked with a little bit of further iteration than what it ended up being. How have I not got in Trust? That sucks. Hiya, Pink Cookie. Yeah, doing good, thanks. Let me just check. Has Tidus got it? I don't even know what it would come under. Nope. They seem to be quite resistant to armor break, but there we go. We've got it off. Yeah, one of the first things I did with the Final Fantasy X grind... anything to mug? Was to get all the celestial weapons done. That means getting all the annoying mini-games out of the way. And I'm glad I did that. Because the mini-games are super, super annoying in this game. They really are. I don't think I can really use Riku for the rest of this fight. There we go. 6 more of those to go. Yeah, I think out of the annoying mini-games for Final Fantasy X, and let me just go through what I consider to be the annoying mini-games. Lightning dodging, famous one. The butterfly hunt. Both the chocobo races. And I'm sure there's one more. Chocobo races, butterfly hunt, lightning dodge. Am I missing one?
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Well, out of those ones that I've mentioned, I think the one that people famously know as the most annoying minigame is the lightning dodge. And doing it properly, the lightning dodge is without a shadow of a doubt the most frustrating minigame. Outside of the jump rope in Final Fantasy IX, I'd say it's perhaps the most frustrating in all of the Final Fantasy games. However, once you've got the technique in play, the little trick... Oh, good, we've got her limit break. Once that's in play, and you can do the trick where you can predict where the lightning is going to dodge, I actually got it first time. And so it wasn't that frustrating for me. It took me about 20 minutes. And it was just a far more manageable with that in play. What was the most annoying minigame for me on this playthrough was definitely the balloon chocobo race. I despise that thing. And now that I've done it, and I've got Tidus's celestial weapon, the plan is I never do that again, quite frankly, because I hated it. On subsequent playthroughs, I will probably skip it. It did, Edgar, it did. Both of the chocobo races kind of suck in this game, but the balloon race is definitely the worst for me, for sure.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Yeah, there is the Cactuar side quest as well, which isn't really that hard. But it is a slow, protracted, drawn-out process, which, yeah, does get a little bit tedious by the time you're done with it. For sure, yeah. Yeah, without the exploit, I don't even know if it's possible. And the reason is, you can't really... Do we need to arm break this? I don't think so. No, we don't. Without the exploit, you can't react to the lightning. By the time you react, it's already too late. The only way to do it without the exploit is to guess when the lightning's going to strike and tap the button. And you've got to do that 200 times in a row, which is just insane. I've tried it, and I've tried it, and it just doesn't work for me. Now, yeah, with the exploit, then, yeah, it's really easy. And that's why I don't rate... did we capture them all? I didn't see the message then. But that's why I don't rate the lightning dodge as the hardest, because there is an alternative way to do it in all versions of the game. Alright, Dark, I hope work goes well for you. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, what shift you doing today? Let's just spend a few minutes to run through the sphere grid here. Grab some of those lovely stat gains. In terms of trophies for this game, for Final Fantasy X, because I am going for the Platinum, yeah, I do think that the sphere grid is the most annoying. Mostly because it's such a slow and arduous process to work through it. And I don't just mean in collecting all of the nodes and ability spheres, and not ability spheres, but all the spheres and that we need. But just the very concept of moving through the sphere grid is really, really slow, isn't it? Like, just spending these 21 points now. It doesn't half take its time, it really does. I should probably unlock the level 1s as we go, but, yeah, not to worry. And so this too becomes a bit of a drawn-out process. What level's that? Level 2? Okay. The Behemoth King Welsh. Did I capture them all, did I? If that's what you're saying, then brilliant. Thanks for that confirmation, mate. I don't really care what direction I go in at the moment. Just moving my way through, slowly but surely. I haven't filled in the little gaps yet. We're going to have to traverse the whole flipping thing again later on to do that. Okay, that's all we can do. Sometimes the name interferes with the path. I can't even see which way I want to go. Yeah, definitely, Andre. There's just so much grinding to do, isn't there? There really is a lot of grinding to get involved in. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here then, but I've been live streaming this game for a while, and for the last 4 months of streams, we've been monster capturing fiends and that. And yet, we might be finishing off, hopefully today, with the monster captures. But even so, that is an insane amount of work that you have to get done. That's a little bit too far there, Walker. Hello, Fina. Still no platinum. A long way to go yet, dudes. A long way to go before the platinum. Especially at the moment, only streaming this game for 2 hours a week. Could be on it for a while longer yet. Although once Final Fantasy VI is done and dusted with, chances are I'll probably bump Final Fantasy X back up the schedule because I feel like we're going to need to do that, or it's going to become a multi-year project. Which in a sense it already has because I started it last year. Okay. Oh, it's gone on longer than that, Rog. The monster capturing alone has gone on for 4 months. I think it was about 4 months. I'm going to check. Because it just sounds like such a long time, doesn't it? 4 months. It doesn't feel that long. Let me just go to my content there. Where are we? Just bear with me. I want to see. Live. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this. No, you can't. One sec. Yeah, look, these are my lives. So, Final Fantasy X. When was this? 6th of April. More fiend captures. Lake Macalania and Carmland's fiend capturing. Oh, here we go. Look, the farming begins. It's episode 22. 2nd of March. That's March, April, May, June. We're coming up to July. 2nd of July in 3 days. It would have taken 4 months. How nuts is that? It really is. Suppose the grind will last until Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You never know. You never know. Because once we've captured all these fiends, we've got to do the Sphere Grid grind. And that's probably at least another 4 months, isn't it? Oh, that's going to be an arduous process. It really is. I'm not sure exactly what trophies I need now. Apart from these Sphere Grid trophies.
Out of my way. Live and let live.
Right, I need 5 more of those enemies that have the big fat arms. That's true, Lindsay. It's only about 8 hours a month. Right, apparently I've captured all these. But hopefully, like I say, once we finish with FF6, we can up the schedule for 10. Maybe. Or we could just keep it on a Wednesday. Have our Wednesday Final Fantasy X tradition for the next year or so while we get through it. And then continue to stream other games on Mondays and Fridays. I mean, let's be honest, there's no actual rush to get through Final Fantasy X. Perfect. This is what I wanted. And we've got a limit break as well. I wonder if we can provoke this thing so that we don't get destroyed. Oh, yes, we can. Saves it doing the area of effect attack. Okay. 4 more needed. Oh, absolutely have yes. In fact, Crisis Core is a game I had been planning on doing anyway, pretty much for the last, like, number of years at least. But just never got around to it. And I was thinking, as I've said many times on the channel before the announcement of Crisis Core Reunion, that I strongly suspect that Square are going to be doing something with that game because it would be like free money for them whilst Final Fantasy VII is so popular right now. And so I'm glad I held off on that because, yes, I will definitely be covering the remaster, remake, whatever it is, when it comes out. This year, isn't it? Is it Well, it's this winter, isn't it? Oh, okay, Welsh Rabbit. I might need more of those.
I won't go so easy on you
Okay.
next time.
Hello, silly deal. Yeah, I might very well need more of them.
Live and let live.
Trying to think if there's any other enemies in the previous section we're still going to need after capturing the rare fiends from over here. I'll have a gander over before we head back to the Calmlands.
I'll be right back.
Is that your prediction, is it, James? That Zack's going to save Ares? Or Aerith, since it's the remake. Ah, okay, Doc. I've not heard of that silly deal.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, see you later, Manuel. Thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, for those of you that are new here, I can see the 75 viewers, which is awesome. Welcome, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate your visit today as we play through one of the classics here in Final Fantasy X. And if you are new, then please consider sticking around, maybe subscribing. I do have a ton of Final Fantasy content around for you guys. Walkthroughs, going back years for many of the games. Streams such as this one, news updates. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Final Fantasy boffin, so happy to share that passion with many of you, of course. That's probably fake then, James. I'd imagine if it was a leak.
I'll be right back.
I'm not saying that couldn't happen. It could. But I doubt very much the leak is real. Right, let's see if we need to kill this Behemoth King then. Capture it, rather. Oh, we do. Okay, good job we tested that out. Right. Okay, I have actually got the PC version. Thank you for the sub, James. I have got the PC version of Final Fantasy X. That's not what this is, because I'm trying to get the Platinum Trophy on the PS version, but yeah, maybe next time I play the game, we'll have to check that mod out. Yeah, definitely. I was like, you know, a lot of people do talk about Legend of Dragoon. I think that's a Sony game rather than a Square game. But I reckon if it was a Square game, then yeah, they would have done some kind of re-release for it by now, wouldn't they? Sony need to pull their finger out, start getting some work done on it. Oh, right. So, right, okay.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
I mean, in Final Fantasy VII, the original, Cloud ends up with Tifa, doesn't he? But I suppose that's more the default option since Aerith bit the dust by that point. Yeah, if she doesn't die, then who knows what will happen. Yeah, Feeder, I'll tell you what, Feeder, I still believe there will be. I really do. I still think that Square are doing something with Final Fantasy IX. Obviously, they're not ready to talk about it yet, but I think they are. I think there's too much happening behind the scenes in terms of information leakage and stuff for them, you know, not to be doing anything. I don't think they're working on a full-blown remake Final Fantasy VII style, but I think it could be something similar to what they're doing with, say, Crisis Core.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
But I also think it could be something where they retain the original look of the game, but everything is replaced with new models and new backgrounds. Not in the sense of a remaster, but in the sense of everything in the same style, but still new, if that makes sense.
Live and let live.
Yeah, the problem is, Rog, the reason I didn't do that is because the main point of this particular playthrough is that it's a platinum playthrough. I want to add another platinum trophy to my PlayStation Platinums. So, yeah, unfortunately, I had to play the PlayStation version of the game. But apart from that, you know, absolutely the PC version is superior in pretty much every way. You see, if you ask my opinion, you know, I don't think they should mess with Aerith's death. I think it's too integral to the story. But not only to the story, we already know that Square are happy to change that. But it's such a pinnacle moment of pop culture, I would say, that it is just a risky thing to mess with. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not telling Square what they should or shouldn't do with their own game. They can do whatever they want, and I'm sure they can make it work. One of the things that does not help is when fans dictate to the franchises that they love what should or shouldn't happen, and then they get listened to, and then when the products come out you realise, oh no, the fans actually aren't professional story writers, and now it sucks. That's pretty much what happened with the latest Star Wars movie. And it would happen as well with the Final Fantasy games, I'm sure of it. And there's been a lot of backlash to the direction that Square have taken the Final Fantasy VII Remake into after Part 1. So, whatever their plans were when they made Part 1, or just Remake as it's now known, with Rebirth being Part 2, I just hope they stick to their guns. I really do. Otherwise, it's going to become a convoluted mess. We don't need Hastagar. What we do need is Riku to black hole this cretin. And yeah, we've got all the Behemoth Kings. Lovely stuff. Oh, crud. This is bad. But we survived. Phew. Yeah, we can leave those behemoths now. We're done with them. Right, let's go and heal up, shall we? Yes, Wesley, although, to be fair, we don't exactly know how it's going to play out. Although, yeah, the fact it's likely a sequel, well, that is certainly looking to be the case. But obviously the first game is called Remake, the second game's called Rebirth. We don't know what the third of the trilogy is going to be yet. You have to excuse my allergies, guys. But something that was said I think it was quite recently by one of the higher-ups on the remake at Square, was that the title... Well, that the title Rebirth for Part 2...
I'll be right back.
...will make sense in the context of the story for Part 2. And the same is true for Part 3, whatever that title's going to be, but also for Part 1. Now, of course, the title Remake makes it sound more like what the game is rather than something related to the story itself. But Square are now saying that actually the phrase remake isn't describing what type of game you're playing, but something to do with the story itself. And that we don't yet know exactly how that comes into fruition. But eventually, the word remake, as part of the game name, is going to make a lot more sense than what we thought it meant going into the game. If that makes sense. You know, when you first... Back in 2020, when you first picked up Final Fantasy VII Remake, you thought the word remake meant it's a remake of the original Final Fantasy VII. Right? That's what we all thought. But Square are saying that actually that was never their intention, but that the word remake means something regarding the story itself, like the word rebirth does for Part 2. So we'll see how it all plays out. Wraiths are done. Superb. Yeah, the problem is when you guys get me excited talking about these other games, I'm not paying attention to what's happening on screen here. So now the question becomes, in terms of the story itself, how does the descriptive phrase of remake fit into that? So we can escape this battle. Perfect.
Live and let live.
I'm actually on board with them changing, or not changing, but going in the direction they're going with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I won't go
At
so
first,
easy on you next time.
I was really peed off about it when I played through the first game and realised, hang on, this isn't going to be an actual remake really of the original game because they're changing so much that's happening. Now that I've accepted that that's what they're doing and I've come on board with it, I am very much looking forward to seeing where the story is going to go. Because we were after a remake of the original game for so long. Fans were asking and asking and asking, and Square kept denying it was ever going to happen until eventually, of course, that game was announced. And even though the story ended up going in a completely different direction by the end, I kind of feel like that first game did scratch that itch. And now we've got something to look forward to in that we don't know where it's going to go from here. Yeah, definitely. I actually like the look of Ever Crisis. Now, with it being a mobile game, how's the monetization going to work? We've seen with Diablo Immortal, it can be really predatory. But is it going to be something like Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, where you just purchase different story chapters that you want to play? I don't know, but the actual look of the game itself looks like a lot of fun. The style of it, and getting to revisit the classic Final Fantasy VII moments is always a positive in my book. So, yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Yeah, it could be, James. It could be. In the Ultimania, I think it was... Yes, in the Ultimania, after Final Fantasy VII Remake had been out for a while, Square said that they weren't going in any radical different direction with the overall story, and that while things will be a little bit different, the main fundamental story will be the same. Now, personally, I am a little bit skeptical about that, because the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake is so radically changed over the original Final Fantasy VII. Now, you could say, but the basic story beats are still absolutely identical. You know, the party's chasing after Sephiroth. Sephiroth is a villain with his own evil intentions, etc., etc. And yes, okay, it's the same. But is that the limit of what Square mean by they're going to keep the story beats the same? Because even from, like, an aesthetic point of view, when you think of the ending, and I know we're talking about this, I'm assuming you guys have played it or don't care about spoilers by this point, but the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake, you kind of have your big battle against the big bad guy, don't you? You have this huge battle against Sephiroth, which kind of felt like the end of Final Fantasy VII in that regards. How can they top that now? In Part 2, or in Rebirth? In the sense of going from the end of Remake to then picking up the story from the original Final Fantasy VII back to chasing Sephiroth again. I don't know, it just feels like they need to do something more now that they've gone in that direction. And I know that, you know, the trailer shows the flashback in Calm and stuff, so we're still getting all of that good stuff.
Live and let live.
But I don't know, I'm struggling to see the direction that Square are actually trying to go in here. So it's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to playing the game, to see how it's all going to come together. And as I said, I just hope they have had a plan, which I'm sure they have. You know, they're not Disney at the end of the day. These writers and directors and producers have been into Final Fantasy VII and working on it since the original game in many ways. Many of them have been. You know, they know it inside and out. And whatever plan they've come up with, I just hope they stick to. And I'm sure that they will, to be honest. Rather than listening to all the different voices over the internet, which is what Disney did, and then ended up messing up their trilogy of Star Wars movies.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Yeah, probably will, Rog. Square has an ethics department now. That just sounds weird, but they do. They have an ethics department. I guess maybe their developers are seen as wholly immoral or something, so anything they create has to get passed through a separate ethics department to decide whether it's suitable or not. And yeah, I'm sure some of the Sid, She-Ra interactions from the original wouldn't pass the muster for today, would they?
So easy on you next
yeah,
time.
it does lose some of its pacing, Steve. I would agree with you on that. It does. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not the biggest fan of the... I don't remember which the chapter numbers are. I'm not a big fan of the Wall Market chapter. That drags on too much. I'm not a big fan. Some of it is very fun. But the pacing of it, I don't like it. And I'm not a big fan of the chapter where all the side quests open up. Where it's just Cloud and Aerith. I think it's the one before the Wall Market. I think it's Chapter 8. I don't particularly like the side quests in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think they're quite weak. They're a little bit sluggish. Oh, yeah, Navid. Yeah, monster capturing at the moment. Looking for the creature that has the big armor arms. Yeah, pretty much, Rog. The problem with the Star Wars movies, the 3 ones that Disney made, anyway, the trilogy, is that they went in with no plan whatsoever. And people didn't like the second entry, The Last Jedi. And then Disney decided to retcon everything they did in that movie to appease the fans. And then the final movie sucked because of it. And whether you liked the second movie or not...
I won't go so easy on you next time.
The fact that Disney didn't have a plan shines through that whole trilogy. It simply didn't work. I don't think Square are doing that with the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
I can't see them doing that. I really can't. You know, when Disney brought Star Wars, they probably just paid a bunch of generic writers and stuff, J.J. Abrams and what have you, Ryan Johnson, just to write generic movies, really. But with Final Fantasy VII Remake, a lot of the talent working on it is the same talent that has worked on it since the original game. Okay? Tetsuya Nomura has, whatever you think of him, and I know he's not always the most popular figure, he knows Final Fantasy VII as well as any of us. Obviously better in many ways because he designed much of the original game. Okay? So the passion that went into the original game, that same passion is coming from the same people on the remake. And so, no, I don't think they're going to make the same mistakes that Disney made. They may make whole different mistakes, don't get me wrong. Their plan, whatever that may be, their consistent plan, might end up sucking. But at least that would be a different kind of mistake than what happened with the Star Wars movies. No, I've done the behemoths, Welsh. I've done them. I've seen the message saying that we've captured them all now. Yeah, I would agree with that, Steve. I certainly would agree with that. Yeah, that's the one. Barbatos, Navid. I think it's the only thing we really need. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with the Obi-Wan series. It was perhaps the one I was most looking forward to. Yeah, The Mandalorian has been a ton of fun. It really has been. Yeah, even Boba Fett, I didn't mind as much as many people did. It wasn't up to the Mandalorian standards, but I did enjoy it. How many more do I need? 5, 6... Oh, I need 4 more. Could do with Riku's Overdrive, but that's fine. Yeah, just got to spam armor break a few times now. There we go, we got it. I think. Did we get it? Oh no, I thought we did. I should probably do Entrust as well. Okay, now the armor's broken. Yeah, whenever you do armor break, that's when you get this mortar. Whoa, look at that damage from Riku there. I best skip her turns now, seeing as how she doesn't have capture weapon equipped. Oh! Oh, phew. Okay, that was good. I actually attacked with her by mistake, but I think it was a good thing that I did that, because it was about to get an attack out on us otherwise. Okay. Oh, yes. Yep, I certainly remember those, Red. Certainly do, mate. I've not seen those in Amiga Ruins, Naveed, no. Those Barbatos things. Yeah, I think the last set of boss battles in particular were generally considered to have a Tetsuya Nomura feel to them, weren't they, in terms of the whole Kingdom Hearts style and what have you. Okay, Al. Yeah, feel free. I hope your grinding goes well.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know if Square are going to
Live and let live.
give any of the other Final Fantasy games the Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy treatment, but I would expect them to keep bringing them back from time to time, like they have done with Crisis Core. And I do definitely think they are working on Final Fantasy IX behind the scenes, because there's just so many confluences that are falling into place there. Oh, right, yes. Yes, I think that might have happened to me as well, Epic Plays. I think. Yeah, I did enjoy my last Final Fantasy VIII playthrough that we did live on stream. Quite a ways back now it was, but...
Live and let live.
Yeah, okay, Holly. I'll let you know before I finish. Right now, I just need to keep on the grind.
Live and let live.
I don't think so, Steve, no. I mean, I could be wrong. I suppose it's possible that they could implement that somehow, because in the original Final Fantasy VII, the world map is like a defining feature, isn't it, of you finally left Midgar, and now the whole place opens up to you, and it's really the illusion of choice, because you don't really get that many options on the world map, at least not initially. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if
Live and let live.
there's at least a callback to it in some regards. Maybe the party has a map that they look at, and it's blatantly the world map from the original game. But, yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't, though. I do have that soundtrack, actually, Fina. And I suppose it depends, really,
Live and let live.
on how much it is at the moment. I'm not too sure. I think they actually upgraded it as well since I bought it, which is kind of annoying. It now comes with some extra tracks and stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
I won't go so easy on
But
you
I
next
did
time.
use it a lot when I was grinding in other games as well. I used to have that soundtrack on quite a bit. I'd ripped it to my hard drive as MP3s. And I haven't had it on for a while, but now you've mentioned it, I might do, because I do love the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack.
Live and let live.
Yeah, it was from any Steve. So much so that I think it was because of the original Final Fantasy VII that when I played a Japanese role-playing game after that, I used to be wholly disappointed with any lack of world map. I think the first time that really happened for me was actually this game, Final Fantasy X. Not having a world map was a sad reality I had to face. Although,
I'll be
a
right
little
back.
bit of a factoid for you guys. Some of you probably knew this already. Some of you may not have done. Final Fantasy X, as in this game that I'm playing right now, the original Final Fantasy X, was almost about to have a world map. In fact, they'd even started developing a world map that you could fly about, you know, with the airship on. But because they were being put under pressure by the higher-ups to get the game released, they didn't have time to finish the development of it, and so the world map was scrapped, and we ended up getting what we got, which is where you just get a map of the locations, and then you just choose to where you want to go and you fast travel there. But yeah, there was going to be a world map for FF10. That was the original plan.
I'll be right back.
Oh, come on. Where are these stupid creatures? Well, he's certainly become controversial in recent years, hasn't he? Tetsuya Nomura. Although, I also think he tends to get blamed for a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily his fault. Case in point. Just bear with me, I just want to make sure I get this right.
Okay, you asked for it.
So I just want to make sure I get everybody's names right here, so that I don't give you bad information. Okay, yeah, it was Guitars, that I was thinking of. Okay, case in point that I think Nomura does tend to get the blame for quite a bit of stuff that he's perhaps not actually to blame for. Final Fantasy VII Remake became controversial mainly because of the fact that it changed so much in the end. By the end of the game, it had changed so much from the original Final Fantasy VII, and a lot of people were saying it got Nomura-ized. Okay? And then, I can't remember if it was him or Kitase, Yoshinori Kitase, the producer of the game, in the Ultimania, clarified that Tetsuya Nomura, when they were first developing the ideas for the remake, he was adamant that it followed the original Final Fantasy VII beat for beat. And Yoshinori Kitase was like, no, we need to take this thing in a completely different direction. And Kitase said that it was because of Nomura's influence on him that Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't, or is as it is what it is, and it didn't change even more than it already did from the original game. But whereas a lot of people think that the changes we got were because of Nomura, they were actually because of Kitase, and it was Nomura that reined them in. So just a bit of a fact there for you, at least according to the two lads themselves. No, this is the play... Well, yes, it is. It's the PlayStation 4 version, Dan. Which, yes, is
Right back.
a remastered version of the PS2 game. Yeah, thanks, Elijah. Problem is, I need some easy enemies to kill. Let's have a wander out of the second area back into the first, shall we? There could still be some enemies in the first area that I need to capture anyhow. Nope, don't want you.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Oh, I just saw your message there, Rog, about Tidus in the Calmlands in an early prototype. Seems a shame that they never included that. I guess maybe the PS2 hardware couldn't handle it. Oh, sorry to hear that, Force Edge, but I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I've had a few bouts of COVID myself. It's not the most pleasant.
I'll be right back.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yeah. Who is it that's doing Final Fantasy 14? What's his... Oh, completely forgotten his
I
name.
won't go so easy on you next time.
Yoshi P, but I can't think of his actual name. But anyway, they're putting a lot on his shoulders now as well, aren't they?
I'll be right back.
Because he's also now working on Final Fantasy 16. So maybe he's going to be like the new Nomura. But Tetsuya Nomura is mostly focused at the moment on Final Fantasy 7 stuff, isn't he? That's like his baby, isn't it? Ah, perfect. Well, apart from the fact we don't have an overdrive, I couldn't find an easy fiend to build it up on. Still, that's fine. We do quite a bit of damage now. Keep armor breaking for a little while. There we go. I know when the armor rate works on these because not only do you get the mortar counter attack, but their arms don't close when you attack. Oh, I should probably use Slice and Dice. I've not been using it as often as I should have been. I do get a little bit of input lag. I got it, nice. While streaming. Can't risk attacking with Riku. Oh, we've captured them all. I was miscounting. Well, that's good news. That is excellent news. I'm going to head back now to the monster arena and see if we've captured everything.
I'll be right back.
Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, thoughts on that, on the trilogy. Final Fantasy 13. I enjoyed it, but had no real inclination to play it again after the first playthrough. Final Fantasy 13-2 was probably my favourite of the trilogy. Lightning Returns I did not enjoy at all. I never even completed it. I didn't like the time mechanic in that one, how it worked and stuff. Felt like it was rushing me through, which feels kind of antithetical to how I like to play Japanese role-playing games. I like to take my time. As you guys well and truly know, if you've been following along with this playthrough for the last few weeks and months.
We're counting on you, kid.
Yeah, no, I understand, Steve. I probably will play Final Fantasy VII Remake again in preparation for Rebirth. Because otherwise I'm just going to not have a clue what's going on. As my memory does not extend for that amount of time since my previous playthrough and the release of Rebirth. I just want to see if we've captured everything. I'm kind of hoping we have. Oh, do I, Rog? I've not listened to any of those, I'm going to be honest with you, since I made them. Not that I would choose to listen to any of my own videos unless I had to anyway. Ah. Now that's annoying. Oh, no, we have. This is inside scene, yeah? We didn't... Oh, it was the mushroom thing. I thought the mushroom was for capturing all the species. Oh, so we have captured all the fiends inside scene. So let's just go through them all, shall we? Make sure that we are done here. Hello, Louvre. Right, Besaid, easy, done. Gillicut, done. High Road, done. Mushroom, done. Road of Jose is done. Thunder Plains, done. Macalania, done. Big Canal, done. Calmlands. Excuse me. Stolen Faith. Gagazette. Guys. Oh, hang on. Why am I missing an area? Conquest. Ah, I'm confused now. We've done all the areas, haven't we? Inside scene, 10, 10, 10, 10. We've definitely done inside scene. We've definitely done Amiga Dungeon. Why have I got an area fiend missing? I'm at a bit of a loss there. Okay. Okay, yep. Elijah's just thought exactly the same thing I've thought. I think we just need to exit and re-enter. The mushroom thing we unlocked wasn't the area unlock. But for some reason, he didn't talk to us again about the unlocks. There we go. That's it. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to check if we need to do any more. Yeah, we just hadn't unlocked everything. Winning formula. Brilliant stuff. Hiya, Bobo. Hey, no worries. Good to see you. We've captured all the fiends now. All the fiends in the game have been captured. Yeah, look at this. All the monsters we've unlocked are coming in now. 99 dark matter. Very nice. Anything else? I'll just check in case he's bugged again. Oh, what was that, Al? Oh, Final Fantasy VIII, was it? Nice. Yeah, that's more like it. It was Abaddon we needed to unlock. And now we have. Wow, I think we are done. With the first stage of grinding. Oh, that's always a nice feeling, isn't it, Bobo? The start of a holiday. Get to put your feet up. Yeah, make the most of it. Right. I will spend sphere grid points, but first, I just want to remind myself, because we're going to start doing the grind. Yeah, we've got the Wonder Wing for Yuna. Triple AP, Overdrive. What's the other thing I need on it? It's Triple Overdrive, I think, isn't it? Let me just check. I don't want to mess this weapon up. Farming weapon. Just bear with me. Pretty sure it's triple overdrive, though, is what we want. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, triple overdrive. And we get triple overdrive with 30 winning formula, which we have now, actually. Whoopty freaking doodah. I forgot what the name of the weapon was, though. Let's equip it. Yeah, Wonder Wing. I need to sell stuff. I definitely need to sell stuff. We can sell our capture weapons, for starters. Let's sort stuff out, because I can't go through that list. I'm going to get a headache if I try to do that. Right, first of all, let's put our powerful weapons on. Goodbye, stupid capture weapons. Don't need you anymore. Speak. Right, let's get rid of all this jazz. That I do not care about any longer. We'll keep the off-season. Everything else can... Oh, no, we need to keep Buccaneer. Oh, I'm working hard on that one. Keep that as well. There's only going to be few weapons and armors that I care about right now. So most of this stuff can be gotten rid of. Unit is one of the ones I do want to do first, and that's so that we can power up her Aeons. As her Aeons are a great asset for us to use in other monster arena encounters, at least to start with, until we power up our other... hang on, do I need that? Yeah, I must have brought it. This is we power up our other party members. Any empty 4 slots I'll keep, since I purchased those for that reason, to craft some ultimate armors and stuff. Oh, I don't know if I'll even need that, but we'll keep it anyway. Bum ba dum bum. Get out of here, all you rubbish. Give me my lovely gill. Yeah, that's what we need. I do need to kill the one-eye as well. So we can get some more weapons. Brilliant, I think that's everything. So let's just sort our list. Okay, how much gil do we have? Ooh, nearly 2 million. Yeah, see you later, Louvre. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think she's going to die, Bobo. I do. But it might be a little bit different to how it is in the original. Oh, man, Steve. Yeah. The card rules in Final Fantasy VIII are the worst part by far and away of another otherwise quite fun and addictive little mini game there. Right, okay. Okay. So, let's go ahead and customize the Wonder Wing. First of all, where's the Wonder Wing gone? There it is. Had a panic moment then. I thought, I didn't sell it, did I? Right, triple overdrive. Where are you? There you are. Oh yes, we got our first farming weapon made. Cold tea. Not nice. Okay, I do want to get another capture weapon, though. Let's just run through the sphere grid so we can start on a fresh go here. Bum, 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 bum. Can I open that? Do I have a level 4? I do. I could actually put nodes on this. But I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that for later. Once I start actually farming for that stuff. Well, I'm pretty sure, Steve, you say that. I'm pretty sure in the original Final Fantasy VII, Aerith and Sephiroth were supposed to be brothers and sister at one point. So, yeah, you never know. You never know. Oh, yeah, I'll just have normal milk owl. I'm not a big fan of oat milk. But yeah, even with normal milk, it's not pleasant. What am I doing? I'll tell you what. Going through the sphere grid, it numbs my mind. It really does. Completely numbs my mind, if I'm honest. Can't even see where I'm going here. Okay. Oh yeah, auto life. I wonder where auto life is. I'll grab a few points and then we'll grab auto life. I haven't got enough now. Yeah, we're going to have to resurrect people manually as part of the little trick that we're going to be doing to start with. Although, actually, I say that, I do think that at least one party member, in particular Riku, has auto Phoenix and auto haste, which doesn't really matter, but that's good. So we'll put that on. Got a nice gap there for ribbon for later on. But I don't need to worry about that just yet. Who else can I give auto Phoenix to? Okay, Tetra Arm Guard. We need 20 Mega Phoenix. How the heck do I get Mega Phoenix? I think we buy... I'm trying to remember how the heck we get Mega Phoenix. I know we need 20 of them, don't we? I'm sure it's 20 of them. We'll craft Auto Phoenix. Oh, I've got 78. Okay. So... No, Waka. Tetra Arm Guard. Let's have a look. Hello, Art Blast. Good to see you today, mate. There we go. Have I got auto haste? I can do one ribbon, but only one at the moment, which I want to try and save that if I can. Chocobo wing. I'm not sure the best way to get chocobo rings. Okay, so we're going to switch Tidus out here for now. I could also give, although Auto Phoenix to Yuna's not important, because she won't be the one that's dying. Riku and Waka are probably not the best characters for this trick. I think Tidus, I do want Tidus because he's killed so many more enemies than Riku has. Probably random epic plays. Probably random. Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm going to just pop to the woods. I know it's annoying because it's a bit out of the way. But I'm going to pop to the woods and get a 4-slot armor for Tidus. I'll probably get the others for the other characters as well. The reason for that is he's going to be taking a lot more damage from the Karma attack from the Tonberry than Riku is. And that's going to build up the overdrives faster. Okay, there's a plan for everything. Okay, yeah, we can give... The heck? Tidus, you moron. Grr. Oh, I like the damage we're doing now. I like that very much. Yeah, so Tidus is going to be better than Riku for this particular stage, but we can give her the ribbon. You're saying on the armor that I've already got Master Thief on? Well, I'll see how much we get done, Rog, first of all. But yeah, no, that is a good little strategy, if need be. Oops, gone the wrong way here. Let's turn off enemy encounters. Okay, so just in case you guys are thinking, what the heck is this moron doing? I'm just popping back to where we can buy the 4-slot empty armors. And I'm going to get one for Tidus, and the reason I'm doing that is so that we can give him Auto Phoenix on a piece of gear that isn't wasted. Just down here, I think. Yep.
Oh, walkers, open for business.
Okay, and a little tip there to cast haste on Don Tonberry. Do we need haste on Don Tonberry? We only want him to counter, don't we? Which he does every time we attack him. Okay, Tetra Shield is what we want. Yep, that's fine. What else do I need? I'm pretty sure Yuna's got the Tetra Ring already. I don't know what I need or don't need. I'm just going to leave it there for now. Okay, so give her ribbon on an... No new armour for Riku, put on ribbon. Or do you mean, no, put it on new armour? Let me just check what Riku's got while we're here. Right, so she's got the Buccaneer. And she's got 2 Tetra Targes. And Tidus has got the Tetra Shield. That's fine. I'm going to give that the Auto Phoenix. There it is. Auto Phoenix is right down the bottom. Of course, it would be. Okay. Okay. I'll just swap around here. Tetratarge. Only so I can see what I'm crafting. Tetratarge, where are you? Dum 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 dum. There we go. And a ribbon. There we go then, guys. Our first ribbon. Lovely stuff. I don't think there's anything else I can really put on right now. Auto Phoenix we could. I do want to get more Auto Hastes. That's really what I would like to get. Oh yeah, I haven't put Auto Phoenix on Yuna because it shouldn't really be needed. Not yet anyway. And let me just remind myself. Okay, I think we're good to go. I could really do with auto haste. Alright, Fina, thank you so much for stopping by, mate. Oh, I have done a video from a few years ago on that, Mickey, but I haven't tried it yet on this playthrough, so... Off the top of my head, no, not really, sorry. Hello, Tidus. Let's get back to where we're going first. Before we save, back to the monster arena. Probably would have been quicker to teleport back to the airship. But that's fine. Oh, I can't remember that, Red, to be honest with you, mate. Auto haste costs money. We need, what is it, Chocobo, something or others. Flipping it, 96 viewers. Where did you guys all come from? Well, welcome. Welcome to the classic that is Final Fantasy X. And my name is Simon, I'm the moron that's playing it. But yeah, got tons of Final Fantasy content around the channel if you want to stick around, if that's what you like. Okay. I want to try and get some more weapons first so that we can have 3 party members at once gaining sphere levels. But before we do that, I just want to check if the method is actually going to work. So we're just going to do a battle and get some SP, some sphere levels for Yuna. Mode. We want to change this to Comrade. In fact, we probably want to do that on everybody, eventually. You can also set it to Stoic as well, if you prefer. I don't think it matters too much. Because whether it's Riku or Tidus take... Oh no, I'm not going to actually have Riku in, am I? I'm going to have Tidus in. But for Yuna, she definitely wants Comrade because she's not attacking. Alright, we got that. We got that, okay. And we got auto finish. I could really do with auto haste. I just need to have a search as to how we get that the easiest way. Here we go. Comeback. Let me just check Yuna. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's just see how this works. Hopefully we'll get some nice SP here. Some nice sphere levels, rather. Let me just check the overdrives for Tidus and Waka, although I don't think it matters too much. We'll just set everything to Comrade. I mean, we can set Waka and Tidus to Stoic because they're going to be the ones doing damage. In fact, we only really need to have one person doing damage, don't we? Now, Yuna should not actually build up an overdrive here because of the weapons that we've got set up. Is it Area Conquest? Yes, Don Tonberry. Okay, here we go then. I just need auto haste. Because once the boss, once Tonberry reaches us, we need to escape the battle. Alright, let's see how much we get with Karma here. Not too bad, actually. 91,000 is not too bad at all. That's pretty good. So Yuna can skip a turn. Yeah, okay. Wacko actually gets exactly the same amount of damage, which means he's, what, killed the same amount of enemies as T does? It's pretty funny. Oh, okay, we need to take off the celestial weapons. So we don't kill it. How much HP does it have? I mean, our celestial weapons aren't doing max damage yet, but yeah, we don't want it to die. Hopefully, though, we've got everything set up here. This is my first time trying this method on this playthrough. Then we should get a nice bit of action in terms of levels for Yuna after this fight. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Steve? You can go for the double options, which are quite a bit cheaper. But you're just going to drag the process out then over the long run. Yeah, I don't know if quick hit helps or not. I was just thinking about using quick hit, but it might not because you die straight after. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, it does work, we're just not getting the counters there. We need to escape now. Or do we? Is he going to reset at this point? No, just to there. Okay, we'll escape. Yeah, look at all that lovely AP. So the trick's definitely working for us, I would say. We got maximum sphere levels. Lovely stuff. Very, very good. Yeah, we're going to need to get more winning formula somehow, Elijah, because we need to max everybody out eventually, don't we? Right then, so with that done, what we can do now is spend probably about an hour going through the sphere grid with 99 sphere levels and boost stats, which will effectively boost Anima's damage. Yes, you can boost the damage and the stats of Aeons directly by giving them sphere levels, but there's no real need to. By going through Yuna's sphere grid, you automatically boost their stats anyway, by boosting Yuna's stats. Yeah, definitely Art Blast. Penance without quick hit would be a very painful experience, it really would. Not one that I would recommend, in fact. Yeah, and actually, I don't think auto life is that important. Because even on Penance, you're going to be using auto Phoenix, aren't you? No, use. $900,000? How many for? How many winning formula do you get for 900,000 gil? The good thing is, now that we do have every enemy captured, we can effectively bribe and steal whatever we need, all from this one location. But I do want to try and grab some more weapons in order to make sure that all of our party members, or at least 3 per fight, are able to get the lovely SP gains. Can't see where I'm going here. Sometimes the names on the sphere grid do tend to get in the way, I find, when you're trying to move over it. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad then, Elijah. We should be able to make lots of gil from this point. I don't know if using a fortune sphere there is the best use of those, because they are a bit of a pain to get for one luck stat. Probably should have replaced it with a +4 at some point. Well, look at all this power that Yuna is getting. And every point in strength she gets is boosting Anima's damage as well. Also very, very nice. But guys, this is it, you know. We have actually started our journey through the sphere grid. As in, like, maxing it out. Just want to check something. I was hoping we had some strength spheres, because I really do want to start maxing strength out on our party. Yeah, will do. I'd rather use triple overdrive, obviously. But yeah, double overdrive is always an option. To be fair, 99 sphere levels does get you quite far. Okay, we're still going to have a ways to go after this for Yuna. But we've given it a good run for its money, haven't we, the sphere grid? After that one battle. I'm just thinking I'm probably going to end up having to do a lot of this grinding from this point off stream. I can't imagine it being that exciting for you guys. Like 90% of the streams are going to be in the middle of the sphere grid otherwise, aren't they? Like 2 minutes in a Tonberry battle, and then 20 minutes spending 397 sphere points. But I kind of feel like that's what we've been doing so far anyway. It's just grinding together, so we may as well just carry on with that. No, what is going on? There we go. Helps if we go the correct way. Ah, okay, Elijah. Defeating that fella for more spheres. Yeah, because we will run out eventually, won't we? And in fact, it won't take that long to run out. Quite frankly. Let's unlock this thing as well whilst we're here. Ba ba bum 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 bum. Be interested to see what Yuna's stats are after all this. Wow. 104 viewers there. That's pretty insane. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Especially as all I'm doing right now is moving through the sphere grid in Final Fantasy X. Not the most engaging of content, I'll be honest with you. But this is a very grindy game. I'd completely forgotten how grindy this game was when I first got back into this playthrough. It's definitely one of the most farming needed Final Fantasy games if you want to do all the content. It really is. But at least we know we've got the Tonberry trick working now. And that's how long it takes to spend 99 sphere levels. So we just need to repeat that about 100 times. And we're done. Okay. Right, let's save. Morning, Aaron. How you doing? Oh, that's good to hear, Bob. Yeah, no, Final Fantasy X. We've been having a lot of fun on this playthrough. At least I certainly have. And I assume that a few of you folks have been as well. Right, so let's just check stats. So Tidus has that. Yuna has that. Yeah. Not a huge amount after 99 sphere levels. But at least it's better than it was. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do now is see if we can get another weapon to drop. And for this, I'm trying to think what the creatures, I think it's a species. I think it's one eye, isn't it? Yeah. For this, what we're going to do is use Anima. Little bit of damage first, won't hurt. And sadly, Anima doesn't have Anima's overdrive built up, which would definitely have one-shot this fiend. So instead, we're going to have to try and wing it a little bit, no pun intended. How much does standard attack do? Since... Okay, it does it. Standard attack is all we need. Perfect. And what do we get? A golden arm. I think that's for Riku, isn't it? So if I just check that. Yep, triple A. Oh, no. Okay, well, we're selling that one. It sucks when they only have 2 slots. But we get the idea. Yeah, 2 slots isn't enough. Let's try again. Yeah, so we need to kill this thing a lot, effectively. Need to kill it there. Enough times to get triple AP weapons, each with 3 slots for every party member, so that we can farm their sphere levels in order to get the trophies that we need to get. Oh, so we do need to attack with Waka first. Okay. Yeah, that was my second triple AP weapon, that 2 slot drop. Painkiller. Let me just check that one. I think that's for Auron, isn't it? Yay, so we got Auron sorted. Obviously, the more you need, the more likely you are to get one that you do need. How do you... Yeah, you just need to capture... I think it's just one, Mickey, of every one-eyed creature. Okay? From the different areas. I think that's how it works anyway. Okay. So what I'm going to do from now on is give... For this little bit of farming, I'm going to give Tidus the first strike. Then he can haste. Or he can attack. And then Anima should finish it off. Hopefully that'll work anyway. I didn't actually look. Did we get a weapon then? I was not paying attention. Oh, we did. We got Comet Cactuar. Well, that's Lulu sorted then. So that's very nice. Oh, I sold his first strike weapon. Oh, it was the capture weapon, wasn't it? Oh, what a moron. I need to get that back. Okay, but I'm not worried about it right now. Let's go for one more, shall we? And then we'll probably take a break for the day. Holly, if you're around, you might want to get your stream going if you want me to redirect to you still. Yeah, thanks, Bob. Yes, we've got 2 now. 2 more than what we had. We've got Auron and we've got Lulu. So this is a very easy fight, as you can see. And Anima has her overdrive, which is very, very powerful. And what do we get? Horn of the Ronso. Let's see if that's a 3-slotter. It is. Wow. 3 slot weapons that we needed all in a row. So maybe it's not going to take as long as I expected. Oh, that's cool. You can do it if you've got a PS4, Mickey, directly from the PS4. I've never used that method myself, but I know it can be done. Oh, thanks, George. Okay. Well, I think we'll call things there for today. I'd like to say we've made a lot of progress. What do you guys think? We've finished all the captures, which in and of itself is a real big achievement because we've been working on that for the last 14 months. I've got to say, so to have that done is really, really nice indeed. But we've also started working on the main grind itself, going through the sphere levels and what have you. So I'm very happy that we've started that. And now, what I'm going to do is finish the stream, and hopefully you guys, if you want to stick around, should be redirected to Holly's channel. Although I'm not getting it to work, unfortunately. Let me try that. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Alright then, folks. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. I should be streaming again on Friday with Final Fantasy VI, so it'd be great to catch up with you guys then. But if not, I'll be back on Wednesday with more FF10 as we continue the Monster Arena Sphere Grid grind. And at some point, we're going to have to start tackling these Dark Aeons as well. Yeah, thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers, folks. Take care. Bye.